We're in the golden era of NFL quarterbacks, but who are the top signal callers that we build a franchise around if given the opportunity? Obviously, we factored in age, which is why you won't see Tom Brady on this list, as well as their injury history. But most important of all is their overall talents and skill set. With that said, here are the 10 best quarterbacks to start an NFL franchise with today. Patrick Mahomes. This one's obvious. You can argue if you want that Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are presently better quarterbacks than Patrick Mahomes. But considering that he's 12 years younger than A-Rod and 18 years younger than Brady, there's very little doubt who you'd take to build your franchise around long term. Through his first 3 seasons as a starter, Mahomes had 1 MVP award, 2 Super Bowl appearances, a championship ring, and Super Bowl MVP honors. Oh, and he's the fastest QB ever to throw for 15,000 career passing yards and 100 passing touchdowns. Mahomes' all-around abilities are out of this world. That baseball background has paid off immensely, as evidenced by his insane ability to throw the ball from any angle, even across his body. Brady may be the GOAT with those 7 rings and countless records, but in terms of individual talent, Mahomes is in his own class. You just can't match this guy when it comes to the combination of accuracy, arm strength, and overall athleticism. Kyler Murray. If there's one QB who is capable of matching Mahomes' skill for skill, throw for throw, and highlight reel play for highlight reel play, it's Murray. The first overall pick of the 2019 NFL Draft has been a franchise changer for the long-suffering Arizona Cardinals organization. Murray may not be as dangerous as Mahomes in the passing game, but arguably no QB is better at improvising and extending plays with their speed and mobility. There's really nothing to dislike about Murray's game. There were many naysayers who were worried about his 5'10" frame, but he's put that criticism to bed. Unlike so many other dual-threat QBs, Murray is pretty safe with the football and consistently ranks near the very top of the league in completion percentage. Every team wants a QB who can protect the football and complete a high percentage of their passes, but few of them have Murray's world-class arm, speed, and mobility. Lamar Jackson. Like Murray, Jackson had plenty of doubters entering the NFL. Some scouts and pundits questioned Murray because of his size. For Jackson, they doubted his ability to become an effective passer at the NFL level. Some folks even suggested that Jackson transition from QB to wide receiver. Good times. Despite his detractors, the Ravens took a chance on Jackson and traded up to select him with the 32nd overall pick in the 2018 draft. Needless to say, Jackson didn't need long to cement himself as one of today's brightest NFL superstars. He won 6 of 7 starts in his rookie year and led Baltimore to their first AFC North Division title in 6 years. For those who thought Jackson was a one-hit wonder, they were left with egg on their face in year 2 when he won the MVP award after rushing for 1,206 yards, the most ever in a single season by a QB. And it's not like he wasn't getting it done through the air as well. Jackson led the league with 36 touchdown passes, helping Baltimore to the AFC's best record at 14-2. Jackson's really in his own class. Teams know that he's going to run the ball, but they still can't seem to stop him. Just imagine how frustrating that must be for opposing defensive coordinators. He's a pure winner and a true leader in the Baltimore community. One of the game's most humble stars, Jackson really doesn't have many flaws in his game. Like Mahomes, Jackson has racked up quite the trophy collection already at such a young age. How many other guys won an NFL MVP at 22 years old? Mac Jones. Most scouts and analysts agreed that Jones didn't have the same high ceiling as other 2021 QB draft prospects like Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance. But the Alabama product was also viewed as a safe pick because of his efficient passing game, elite decision-making, pinpoint accuracy, and the ability to avoid costly turnovers that hamper young QBs. And a safe pick Jones was for the New England Patriots at number 15 overall. The 2-time national champion didn't need long to master an NFL offense, and he's been instrumental in helping the Pats re-emerge as a top force in the AFC. A player of Jones' caliber had to land in the right system. A team with good coaching, a solid O-line, and several playmakers was a must. If Jones went to the Jacksonville Jaguars, Detroit Lions, or New York Jets, for instance, it would be hard to imagine him having the same success. But Jones found the perfect home to maximize his skill set, and he's not far off from entering top 10 QB status. It's his poise and confidence in the offense that make Jones such a joy to watch. Joe Burrow. Hey look, the Bengals gave Burrow a half-decent offensive line in his sophomore year, and voila! His full potential has been unlocked. The top selection of the 2020 draft showed plenty of promise in his rookie year behind a terrible pass protection group that saw him take 32 sacks in 10 games before his brutal season-ending knee injury. Burrow's growth, the improved O-line, and the arrival of old LSU friend Jamar Chase have helped the 2019 Heisman Trophy winner develop into one of the NFL's top pocket passers. Burrow has the Bengals rebuild well ahead of schedule, and the guy hasn't even hit his prime yet. His accuracy is already top-notch, and those turnover numbers will come down as he gets more accustomed to the big league. But seeing how much he's improved already and how quickly he turned this organization around, Burrow is the definition of a franchise changer, and it won't be long until we all view him as a top 5 QB going forward. It's hard to find a more confident, calm, and collected NFL quarterback than Joe Burrow. Nothing is guaranteed in life, but it's hard not to envision a Super Bowl parade coming to Cincinnati at some point in this decade. Justin Herbert. Herbert had the greatest rookie quarterback season ever with 4,336 passing yards and 31 touchdowns in 15 games in 2020. That's quite the start to a career, and to think, this Los Angeles Chargers phenom should only get better over time. The Chargers were in the midst of a rebuilding period when they drafted Herbert 6th overall in 2020, but his rapid development shifted the direction to win now in La La Land. Herbert has all the tools teams dream of in a franchise QB. He doesn't scramble as much as Mahomes, Jackson, or Murray, but Herbert doesn't have to because he's so deadly as a pure pocket passer. He's never fazed by pressure, and he almost never commits those costly game-changing turnovers. Herbert displays remarkable calmness in big game situations, and that's something the Chargers franchise needs given the countless games they've blown over the years. Many thought Herbert needed to sit for a year after the Chargers drafted him. Nope. That confidence and maturity has allowed him to have an immediate impact at the NFL level. He's a winner, a driven competitor, and a guy we'd welcome on our team any day. Josh Allen. If not Jackson, it's Allen who will go down as the best QB from the highly touted 2018 draft class. Looking back, it's hard to believe Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold were taken before the Wyoming sensation. Allen predictably had a rough rookie season, but he turned it up a notch in year 2, en route to helping the Buffalo Bills claim the top wildcard spot in the AFC. Allen had a monster breakout year in 2020, completing 69.2% of his passes for 4,544 yards and 37 touchdowns against only 10 picks. He added 421 yards on the ground and 8 rushing scores. Allen led the Bills to their first division title and playoff win since 1995, along with their first AFC title game appearance since 1993, when they ultimately fell to Mahomes' Chiefs. Allen's accuracy, his dual-threat style, and his rocket arm make him the complete package. He clearly wasn't affected by the pressure of rescuing a long-time losing franchise with a passionate, deprived fan base. If Allen can revive a Bills team that spent 20 years looking for a franchise QB, he can help fix just about any team in the NFL. Dak Prescott. Prescott naturally gets a ton of criticism because he's the franchise player for America's team. Tony Romo got plenty of hate too, and he carved out a pretty stellar career as an undrafted free agent. But the stats and win-loss record don't lie. Prescott is unquestionably a top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now, and we wouldn't scoff at those who say he belongs in the top 5. Prescott led Dallas to an NFC best 13 wins in his rookie year. His individual production only got better as the supporting cast improved. With Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb in the fold, Prescott is playing his best football yet. Prescott isn't bothered by the criticism and doubt he often receives from the NFL world. He embraces it and displays the winning pedigree that any Cowboys quarterback must have if they want to succeed. He's on a Hall of Fame trajectory, and it's hard not to like his chances of leading Dallas to a Super Bowl or 2 or maybe even 3. You all saw how much a star-studded Dallas team unraveled when he suffered a season-ending ankle injury in 2020. He's practically irreplaceable in Big D, and Jerry Jones was smart to re-sign him long-term. Trevor Lawrence. Widely regarded as a generational prospect, the top selection of the 2021 draft entered a messy situation in Jacksonville. So nobody can fault Lawrence for having such a tough rookie year, behind a lackluster O-line, weak supporting cast, and rookie NFL head coach. Let's not judge a guy after just 1 year, though. John Elway and Peyton Manning had awful rookie years, and yet they turned out to be pretty decent quarterbacks, wouldn't you say? It was always going to take some time for Lawrence to get assimilated at the NFL level. Soon enough, he's going to be a top-tier QB. If you asked a ton of NFL analysts, scouts, GMs, and coaches who they'd want to build a franchise around, it wouldn't shock us if some of them chose Lawrence above all the aforementioned guys on this list. Trust us, his time is coming. Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers is at least a decade older than every other quarterback on this list, but even in his late 30s, the 3-time MVP remains among the cream of the crop when it comes to the game's most important position. Rodgers has talked about wanting to play until he's 45, and who's to doubt him? If Brady can play at a high level in his mid-40s, so can A-Rod, with the benefit of advanced science and technology. If you're going to build your franchise around a guy, you'd hope he'd be around for at least the next 5 years, and there's no reason to believe that won't be the case with Rodgers. Think about it. If you had Brady from his age 38 season onward, you'd have at least 4 Super Bowls, and maybe a few more, seeing how he's still not done. So if Brady can win 4 rings after turning 38, who's to say Rodgers can't add a few more championships to his resume as well? We understand the desire of most teams to find that next young phenom at quarterback, but when you can have a proven veteran like Rodgers lead your team for the next 5 to 7 years, you can take it. This guy will turn your franchise around instantly. Who's the number 1 quarterback you'd want to start an NFL franchise with today? Join us in the comment section down below. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to do that by hitting the subscribe button down there. If you like the video, then hit the like button. We'd really appreciate it. And until next time, tune in to TPS every single day for more cool videos. We'll see you.